I bet you can't clone me, Coby.
I bet you I can. Challenge is accepted. So, to clone you, I need to figure out exactly where you were. I saw behind you was a mirrored bean, so I typed in on Google, mirrored bean on Google, and it came up with the Cloudgate bean in Chicago. The Cloudgate bean was made by artist Anish Kapoor. It was built in 2006 and weighs over 110 tons. And luckily for me, they only clean it 2 times a year. I ended up finding the exact coordinates to where it was. I then booked the first flight out to Chicago from Los Angeles, 6 hours and a half, so I could swab your DNA right off the side of that bean and clone you. After 20 minutes of walking, I finally saw the bean that you licked, and I was so excited to swab your DNA right off the side of it. As I'm walking around trying to find your DNA, I didn't know exactly how large this bean was in real life, but I was not gonna give up, and I finally found your DNA and swabbed it right off the side of the bean and went back on a plane to my laboratory 6 hours away in Los Angeles, California. Back at the lab, safety is always first, so I put on my protective eyewear. I then opened up your DNA carefully and put cytochrome 437 clear solution inside the DNA. I then put blue hydrogen chloride to completely disinfect and separate the DNA strands inside the container. Once the DNA was completely disinfected, I then took out a microscopic plate and poured some of your DNA on top of the microscopic plate so I could look underneath my $10,000 microscope. I then did a little bit of adjustments on the microscope to make sure everything was perfect. I then looked down the microscope, and this is exactly what I saw. The green is the bad part of the DNA, and the bluish purple cells are the ones that I need to clone you into a little human. I then poured your DNA in a microcentrifuge casing and put it inside my microcentrifuge incubator for 48 hours. What the hydrocentrifuge does is spins at rapid speeds of over 100 miles per hour, so it gives scientists an easy way to separate the DNA good from bad. When the cycle was complete, I then took your good DNA outside of the microcentrifuge and put it inside my hydrated cylinder. This is the incubation stage where the DNA will then suppress together and turn into an absolute membrane. This is currently you after 17 weeks old, and soon I will have you for myself.